Hey guys, it's Angela, and I'm here to do my Pretty Little Liars Season 6, Episode 3, Songs of Innocence recap. I am having a frumpy day, so sorry about that. But I'm not sorry about what I'm fixing to say next, which is, shocker, I did not like this episode. Sure, it was a little bit better than last week, but not by much in my opinion. Barely edged it out. We found out that Andrew is supposedly adopted, and if you guys have watched any video I have ever made about Pretty Little Liars, you will know that Ezra is my number one suspect, so I don't trust a thing that Ezra says, especially if he didn't have it on speakerphone. And also we found out that Charlie is supposedly dead according to Kenneth, but we will get into all of this a little bit later on. Let's have a one-on-one for a moment before I begin. My clock, I don't care. It's just whatever tonight. Really, I'm just so fed up. But Pretty Little Liars is just pissing me off, you guys. I'm so tired of them saying things and then going back on it and sloppy writing. I don't think that they fact-checked half of their stuff and then just go and throw things in. And they're not bothering to give us anything. They have so many questions that they need answered that I'm sure not every single question would lead us to figure out who Charles is before this big reveal. It would lead us to put more pieces together, but they can give us answers to questions that don't really have a relevance on the Charles storyline, if you know what I mean. I mean, there are so many that they can choose from, and I'm just baffled at why they are not doing this. I really debated making this video tonight because I am just over it. I don't care at the moment, and that's no way to be. I want to go back to when I actually loved watching Pretty Little Liars and loved theorizing about Pretty Little Liars, and there's no doing that anymore because we're not getting anything new. You know, like, my number one suspect is still Ezra. And I know you guys are going to say, well, it can't be Ezra because he was there when the girls were rescued from the dollhouse, blah, blah, blah. Well, he could have somebody working with him, okay? You all have your theories. I have mine. And until we get anything new, it's really hard to put new pieces together and figure all of this out. I did write a whole bunch of notes for this episode, but I don't want to go over them all because it would be a massive waste of my time and of your time. So I'm just going to go over a few major plot points after I find them. Bear with me. But yeah, I would really like to know what you guys thought of the episode. Are you guys getting fed up like me, or are you guys the ones on Twitter saying, oh, the writers are doing such a great job and I love this episode? I'm not going to hate on you if you are. I'm just saying it's not for me. Okay, getting into the episode now. The girls are supposed to go back to school, but none of them do except Hannah, and she runs into Dr. Sullivan, which we still want to know who your son is. Please, anytime. Maybe Andrew Sullivan. And she wants all the girls to come to therapy together. Canada, she wants them all to talk it out. Dr. Sullivan says, make it happen and I'll clear a spot for you. Hannah's like, all right, I'll make it happen. Shady scene with Ezra and Arya. I don't like Ezra and I just wanted them off my screen. I like them separate. So if Ezra was on screen, it wouldn't have been so bad, but they're both together and I'm like, yay! Another couple that I cannot ship. Let's see. And he pretends to be a cop to get information from the hospital about Andrew and says that tells Arya that his date of birth records, that his date of birth information, things like that, is sealed with his adoption records. Dun, dun, dun. Andrew is adopted, supposedly. But later on in the episode, he says that his uncle was the one who owned Campbell Farms. I know that his adoptive uncle could easily own it, but like I said earlier, I don't trust Ezra. I don't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. So who's to say that he's not, playing Arya? I don't see why he would say that, though, if it weren't true, but still. He's a little shady mother. I had to stop myself. I stopped myself before I went all the way. You guys would be so proud. Okay. Lorenzo wants Allie to coach girls soccer. Really, Lorenzo? Like, you're just so sketch. And I heard a good theory that he could be related to Maya somehow. And I was like, ooh, that would be interesting. But then again, at the same time, later in this episode, I saw something that I really enjoyed. Like a scene. Not the whole episode. I enjoyed maybe 5 minutes of this episode. But a scene that I really enjoyed was Spencer talking with Allie. And Allie was talking about Lorenzo. And, you know, trying to bond in this typical girl way that, you know, they would talk about guys they're into. And, you know, Spencer says, we were given a second chance as long as we don't waste it. And Allie told Spencer about going to church. So I feel like she's really trying to turn a new leaf. Will she? I don't know. But I thought she was trying, and I really did enjoy that. And when Spencer's talking about going to see Jason, about talking about Charles, I just said about like 50,000 times. I'm sorry. Allie says, don't. You know, I don't want anybody else to get hurt. This is all my fault. Why do you think you were locked down in the dollhouse? It's because of me. And I know you blame me or something along those lines. And Spencer's like, I don't blame you. It's not your fault. So there's that. And then Toby wants to break up Allie and Lorenzo already before it even gets started. I'm like, Toby, mind your own damn business and try and fix things with your girlfriend who's now going to become addicted to drugs. She's going to find every chance she has to get over to Aria's house and steal some more pills. Aria pulls up with guns blazing to tell the girls about Andrew as they're on the way to Dr. Sullivan's. And Jason tells Spencer that there's no Charles in the family, but as she's leaving, he gets like a memory jog, and he's like, oh, Charlie. And yeah, he remembers Charlie, but apparently Charlie doesn't exist. That's where the scene lets out. But we later find out that Mr. De Laurentiis told Jason that Charlie was an imaginary friend, kind of like Hannah's Mr. Biscuit. And Charlie had to go away one day, and they never spoke about Charlie again. At the end of the episode, they confront Kenneth with the photo of the two little boys at the farm, and they want answers. They don't want more lies. So obviously he's not imaginary. And then we get that Mr. De Laurentiis saying that Charles is dead. I don't think he's dead. Okay, Kenneth might believe he's dead, but I really don't think he's dead because Marlene did say Charles is that is the final whatever, but Marlene is also a liar, so I'm kind of like in this limbo state of what to believe right now. I don't know what to believe. Do you guys think Charles is I'm really curious on how many think Charles is and versus how many think he's really dead. Let's see. What else did I write? Okay. So the girls are all at Dr. Sullivan's, and Spencer shows up telling them about Jason's imaginary friend and her theory that he was actually real. Then they get a call from Sarah. I was about to say Bethany. Go figure. They get a call from Sarah saying it's a FaceTime, and it's her laying in bed, and it says, you have mention me and someone dies. You have 30 seconds to leave that room. And it's the black hoodie holding the knife at her back. And of course the girls just scamper out, and I was thinking, oh, bullshit. You don't know this girl. Like, seriously. Oh, well, if she gets whacked. I mean, really. And I really think that was really sketchy and a setup of sorts, because she had long hair in that scene, and then the next scene she had short hair, number one. Number two, when I was watching it, I did not understand why she had all of her pillows covered in the bed like she was sleeping there. Like, what are you doing? It was weird. I still don't trust her. They did make a point about saying how much she showers, but I would shower every day, all day, if I'd been underground for 2 years, but you never know. And the police are letting Andrew go because they don't have a case, but he hasn't been released yet, so he couldn't have been the one that made that call. the girls are telling Allie their Charlie theory and that her dad lied to her. And Allie starts to come around to this idea. And they go looking through her house for her parents' hiding spots because they've already been through hers and they didn't find anything about Charlie. But now they're looking through her parents. And Arya finds the picture of the little boys at the Campbell farm in the button jar where she hid money from Mike. Not the same button jar, but that's what she did when she was younger, I guess. Is she would hide her money in her own button jar. So she thought to look there conveniently. Conveniently, I might add. The girls are on their way home because they decide Allie needs to confront her father on her own. And they see Andrew getting released from jail. And Andrew is pissed. I mean, he is livid. This is the other scene that I really liked from this episode. He just went off on these girls. And I can honestly say that I called this. The entire 3 weeks that he was gone, he was actually looking for the girls. So, yes, thank you for actually being right, one of my theories. That was really nice to have a correct theory, because sometimes my theories are so off-kilter. But I knew that they had mentioned him doing Boy Scouts or whatever for a reason, and knew he was not Charles and he was trying to find them. And Arya says she's glad he's out, and he's like, what? What, bitch? Like, why are you glad I'm out? He's looking. He says everyone's going to graduate, and the girls are like, maybe not us. And he's like, no, everyone will, because the school wants you girls gone as much as the rest of us. I was like, ooh, damn. So is anybody going to stay in Rosewood? Is this foreshadowing that they're all going to leave? Or is one person going to stay behind? Who knows? Then after this scene, Hannah's talking about the Switch game where they had to pick which girl got tortured. And she says she had to play it, and everyone else reveals that they had to too. But they all figure out that nobody had to be shocked. What? No one was shocked in the Switch game. Charles only played it because he wanted them to know there was a point that they would really do it. And he proved that very, very well. And then the end of the episode, which we have already talked about, is Allie's putting the picture of the little boys in her photo album. And Jason's sexy ass walks in and he's like, what are you doing? I'm just like, ooh, just it's him talking dirty there. Oh my God, Jason was super, super sexy in this episode. I'm sorry. I loved it. And she shows him the picture, and then Kenneth walks in and he tries to spin it on Jason. But they're like, Jason tells him that they want answers, no more lies, and we zoom out to Kenneth telling his children something, and Allie and Jason going, what? And both just looking very, very shocked. And outside the window is a figure in a black hoodie. Could this be Charles trying to develop some family bonding time? That was pretty interesting. I'm like, he's right outside. Just look outside. But apparently from next week, Kenneth tells his children that Charles is dead. And I was like, well, if you looked outside the damn window, you know he wasn't dead. That's all I have to say. I really wish we could have heard this conversation. I think we might hear it next episode. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I don't know why I am, because this season so far has really disappointed me. It's just kind of made me not so happy with Pretty Little Liars. And like I've said in my previous videos, if you have an opinion that differs from mine, I'm not going to put you down for it. And if you have an opinion that differs from mine, or if yours is the same as mine, please don't put down anybody that comments down below, because I love talking to everybody about Pretty Little Liars, but I'm not going to stand for bullying going on my channel or people being rude or aggressive to each other. It's just a TV show, guys. And I know I say I'm really, really angry at it, and I am, but it's not the end of my life. I mean, I've been invested in this show for so long now, and I am pretty fed up, but I'm not going to let it drag me down. Does that make sense? So don't let it drag you down either, and just be respectful down in the comments. I would love to hear what you thought of this episode, no matter if it differs from my own opinion. If you really liked it, tell me why, and we can talk about it. That is it for this really craptastic review of Pretty Little Liars Season 6, Episode 3. I am so sorry, guys. Hopefully next week will be different, and I will not be so frumpy and be more excited about the episode, because I think I will be, because next week we'll have a little more to talk about, especially if they reveal the conversation between Kenneth and his children, or I keep saying Kenneth and his children. Kenneth and his Allie and Jason, who's just thrown into the mix like he needs a new family, so he can come home with me. Yeah, I've just decided that right now. Send Jason my way. Like I said, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really sorry. I know it's not one of my best, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your comments and all your support on my past videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.